Two large objects wrapped in brown sacking hung on a pine tree 20 feet off the dirt road. Two bull elk heads leaned against the base of the tree. A lone camp trailer, closed up as if no one were there, sat 30 feet from the pine with a fire pit between the camp trailer and hanging carcasses. There wasn't a vehicle in sight. Fish and Wildlife State Trooper Gabriel Hawke stopped his vehicle. He started to type the trailer's license plate number into his computer. No signal. His right hand settled on his radio mic at his left shoulder. "Dispatch? This is Hawke. I'm about 5 miles from Coyote Springs on Forest Service Road 4860. Copy. I have a lone camp trailer and 2 elk hanging in a tree. Trailer license is Oregon." He called in the number and scanned the area, waiting for the dispatcher's reply. "The trailer belongs to Dwayne Sigler of Eagle, Oregon." Sigler. The man had a penchant for poaching. "Copy." Hawke turned off his vehicle and stepped out, putting his cap on his head. He tucked his head down to the fur-lined collar of his coat. The 1st of November in Wallowa County always had a bite in the air. At this elevation, 3 inches of snow covered the ground. No one appeared to be in the camp trailer. There wasn't the hiss of a propane furnace. No sound, no movement. He knocked on the door just in case someone was sleeping. No answer. He scanned the area. 2 folding chairs leaned up against the trailer. 2 elk, 2 people, that was okay. But then, why were they driving around if they'd already filled their tags? The antlers were a 3-point and a 4-point. Either one would make a nice trophy of the hunt on a wall. Hawke walked over. There were tags tied to the base of the antlers, just as required. That was a good sign, considering one of the hunters liked to not play by the hunting rules. He untied the string around one tag and opened it. The month and date hadn't been notched out. Not a good sign. He glanced at the name of the tag. Dwayne Sigler. That matched the trailer license. He tied that tag back on and untied the other one. Again, the tag wasn't notched out. Benjamin Lang. Hawke stared at the name. The county district attorney wouldn't be hunting with a known poacher, would he? It could be someone with the same name. A glance at the address, and he was pretty sure it was the district attorney. The DA lived on the west side of Wallowa Lake, and that was the address listed. Hawke replaced the tag and decided he'd wait for the hunters to return. 30 minutes later, as Hawke finished off a cup of coffee, Sigler's pickup slowly drove up the road. There had been 2 pickups with hunters and a jeep come by while he waited. He talked to the people in each vehicle and wrote them down in his logbook. The late 90s faded red Ford pickup crept up to the trailer. 2 men stepped out. Neither one was D.A. Lang. Hawke slipped out of his vehicle after turning on his recording device. "Morning. Looks like you've had a good season," he said, motioning toward the elk hanging in the tree. Sigler walked over to him cautiously. "Yeah. Bagged them yesterday. Season started 2 days ago. We're legal." That the man was already on the defensive didn't surprise Hawke. "I didn't say you weren't. Could I see your hunting licenses and tags?" The other person with Sigler pulled his wallet out of his pocket. Sigler remained still. They'd had their share of run-ins over the years. The man never helped himself by cooperating. Hawke took the other man's hunting license, opened his logbook, and wrote down his name and address. Barney Price. His address was Gresham, Oregon. "Can I see your hunting tag?" Hawke asked, handing the license back. The man headed to the elk with the DA's tag. Sigler's lips pressed together, and his face grew redder with each step the other man took back to them. "Thank you." Hawke unfolded the tag, already knowing what he'd find. "Mr. Price? Why didn't you notch out the date you killed this animal?" The man glanced at Sigler. "I didn't know I was supposed to." "And why is the name Benjamin Lang on a hunting tag you put on your elk? Your hunting license states you are Barney Price." Hawke held his gaze on the man, but kept Sigler in his peripheral vision.